So welcome to this workshop. I really look forward to giving it today. I'm going to give you a little talk, and then we're going to do an energy clearing and activation and things like that, because I'm all about transformation. I think the human body that you live in is absolutely amazing, and it's got so much potential to transform. And I particularly like being able to talk about women's stuff as well, and how the female body can transform. We've got a wonderful man here who's dared to come in to be here, so well done. Welcome. And I'm sure you'll get a lot out of it as well, because, you know, at the end of the day, male body, female body, ultimately we're all the same. You know, we're all the same being, the same energy. But I have a particular fondness to the female body, because I've seen how beautifully it can awaken. And so that's... I think women, they live in the most exquisite female bodies in the world. I think our bodies are super magical. We've got the ability to heal. We've got amazing intuition. We've got a body that can bring life to this world. We've got this inexhaustible ability to create life and love life. And I feel we're kind of hitting on a next stage of our evolution of being a woman. Like we've come so far already, and we're ready to go to the next place of being a woman, which I think actually is, we're just returning back to our truth, but we're kind of on a human level moving into the next phase. And so women have come a long way. You know, we've gotten the vote. We've learnt that we can have property, we can divorce, we can be a single mother, we can learn to generate our own income, our own wealth. We've got the ability to kind of, you know, have a household, do work, travel, see the world. We're not restricted anymore. We've come so far. We've even come to the point where we're allowed to use our healing abilities again. You know, for many generations, our healing abilities were not allowed. They were cursed. It was a sin. We had to deny it. You know, we had to hide it. We were a witch. We were doing the wrong devil's work, whatever it was. And now we're coming to a place where actually we can return back to our healing abilities. We can return back to our intuitive abilities. And that's really exciting for me, because it's like, actually now that we've got all this freedom again in our life, and now that we're able to have our healing and our intuitive abilities back again, imagine the magic that we can start to create. Imagine the things that we can start to manifest. Imagine the ways that we can start to heal our family and our society and the generations forward, so that they can, you know, our daughters and their daughters and their daughters can bring more and more energy into this world. And so, you know, women, I just think are such powerful creatures. Women are really deeply connected to the fabric of life. You know, we're deeply connected to the energy of all that is, and that's why we're healers and we're intuitive, and we can create. We can birth, you know, something from the nothingness and have a child. And so we're deeply connected to that fabric of life, and ultimately that fabric of life is love. And women come from this very sacred place of love, and that's why we're always trying to birth love into life. We're always trying to create peace. We're always trying to create harmony. You know, our ability to love life until it becomes whole again makes us super sensitive, you know, that we can feel things, sense things, know when things are out of alignment. We get that female intuition. We know when, you know, what needs to change or recorrect in our partners or our children in order to bring them forward, because we've got that deep connection to life. Many of us have a menstrual cycle which, you know, cycles with the moon. You know, we're deeply connected to the way that the cosmos works. And this is part of our returning back to that amazing womanness that we are. We're one with the universe. Except because of our deep path of being able to birth love into life and being from that deep place of love, we've also gotten very deeply heartbroken over time. You know, we've ended up in, you know, situations where divorce, abuse. We've ended up in situations where women get highly critical of themselves, where they forget that they have to love themselves more than anybody else can, and they're looking for love from other people, and then they go into unworthiness, and then they've got, you know, is surrounded by a beauty industry which is constantly telling us that we're ugly, we're fat, we've got too many wrinkles, we're too grey, and we get more and more diminished and more broken over time. And then what happens is that we don't pass that amazing gift of who we are, who we're connected to, you know, as in the universe, onto our daughters, and they don't know how to pass it on to their daughters. And then so through the generations, the magic of the woman hasn't been passed down, and then you get women who end up with reproductive problems or menstrual problems or fibroids or cysts or breast cancer or infertility problems, or they're feeling so ashamed of their body that they can no longer feel the love that exists inside of them, and then they start to feel lonely and depressed and disconnected from life. And so we kind of have to unlock all of that stuff that we've been born into, that our society has created, so that we can come back to this amazing, magical place. And so for many years, I was on this healing journey, trying to heal all this stuff, yeah? And, I healed lots of stuff. I had to. Came from a crazy family. I had to heal, and I did heal. But something really changed my life about 4 years ago. And it was like the missing piece. Like, I learned to heal. I learned to be intuitive. I learned to love myself. I learned to love myself and clear up my reproductive. But I still didn't feel there was something deeply missing, yeah? Deeply missing. And I went back to Australia, which is where I'm from, about 4 years ago. It was my grandmother's 80th birthday, and I went back to the Daintree rainforest. And I had, for a moment in my childhood, I was living in a hippie commune in the Daintree rainforest, and went back to it. I just felt like I needed to go back to that rainforest. And, it's raw, prehistoric rainforest. This is rainforest that's been there since the beginning of time. So it's got this, energy to it, yeah? And I remember going back to the rainforest, and I put my feet on the ground, and I felt all this earth energy start to move up my body, whoosh, like this, really strong. And then it hit my sexual energy, like the earth energy ignited my sexual energy. And all of a sudden, I felt my sexual energy move up me, because the earth energy is always moving up. The earth energy is what makes the trees grow tall, the flowers grow straight. So there's this energy in the earth that's always moving up, and it locked onto my sexual energy. It ignited my sexual energy, and my sexual energy started to move up to my heart. And I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm completely in love with myself. I didn't have that connection of my sexual energy uniting with my heart. And I was like, oh my God, I'm in love with myself. And I felt completed and whole. Like I wasn't, when you're wanting someone to complete that feeling inside of you of being in love. Well, actually I got that from my sexual energy. I was like, wow, that's really exciting. And the energy just kept moving up, and it burst out my heart chakra, and I was like, wow, this is what it feels like to be really in love with life. And I felt my body connecting to the trees and the leaves, and I was just more and more connected to life. And then I felt my sexual energy go up to my crown chakra. It moved out my third eye, and it connected me to all the stars in the Milky Way. And I felt like my whole energy field got massive. It became cosmically massive, bigger than the earth. And I felt like, oh my God, now I'm reconnected back to this fabric of life that I've always been taught about, that the oneness, connected to everything, the concept. But it wasn't until my sexual energy started to awaken that I really understood and felt what it felt like to return back to that fabric of life. And so in that moment of being so connected to life, my sexual energy is opening up because the love inside my cells was almost like we've got love in all of our cells, yeah, but it was the sexual energy that pushed the love out of me to connect to life. So it made the internal part of me, my essence, my inner beauty, burst out through my body to become like my outer radiance. And I felt, wow, this is deep connection to life, and I felt in love with everything. And in that moment, I felt like the universe made love to me. So I felt like everything re-changed. I was in love with life, and then all of a sudden, right, like attracts like, the universe started to love me. And I felt like waves of love coming from the universe, from the infinite universe, because my energy field was so infinitely large. And then I started orgasming with the universe. I felt like the universe was making love to me. And I mean, not like orgasming out of my ears and my nose and my fingers and my body. My whole body was this bubbling energy of delightful ecstasy that was coming out from me. And they often say that, love is an ecstatic awakening, or it's a vibrant energy. But it wasn't until I had my sexual energy move through my body and felt the universal love flowing through me that I could feel that orgasmic ecstatic experience that they often talk about. And I was like, wow, this is pretty amazing. And I orgasmed so much with the universe, all this energy just bubbling out of me, that I got my period 10 days early, because it must have shifted my hormones, yeah? And I had this I was in love with life for 2 weeks, and then something very interesting happened. I went back home, and I felt like this angel tapped my shoulder and said, you can't go to bed without your husband making love to you. And so I told him that he can't go to bed without making love to me. And I remember having all this light around me, and I was kind of like ready to, be an independent woman. I felt like the universe had made love to me, and I was never going to be compromised by a man again. That's what you get to that space. And I was like, okay, here I am. I've got all this light, and I thought, I don't know what to do for you anymore. So I'm going to give you all this light that I've got around me, that I've collected from the universe, so that you can be free to be who you truly need to be, so I could pass that blessing on, unlock him, and he could go do what he needed to do. So I passed all this light on, and the light bounced back at me, and then I felt amazing for 2 weeks. My body was glowing, and then 2 months later my period wasn't coming, and I ended up pregnant with this child, this daughter, now a mother of a daughter, that came from this amazing experience. And I'll tell you what happened after, but because it was an awakening, and I was like, I had the experience of a pregnancy and being able to create life and connect to the universe. I was like, wow, this is amazing, And I remember wanting to discover what was it that I learnt from this awakening. So I went back and you want to look at things. How did this happen? Why did this go on? What was the mechanics of everything, right? Because what happened after I gave birth, I had to have a cesarean, right? So I couldn't give, because I had all energy kundalini moving up, that I had to have a cesarean and have my baby that way. And it broke my heart, and I felt like my sexual energy collapsed. The energy that was in my heart collapsed. My whole body system collapsed, and my sexual energy wasn't supporting me anymore. And then I was crying because I couldn't give birth, and my body had collapsed. The vibrancy had gone. I ended up with a thyroid problem. I was low energy, all because the whole energy system of my sexual energy, which was so high, completely collapsed inside of me. And so I went on a journey to discover, how do we put this all back together again? Because I want to feel like that. I don't want to feel like this anymore. So I'll take you on a meditation to help you understand this. But what I understood was that the sexual energy needs to start moving up through the body. When the sexual energy moves up around the base chakra, or this area, it gives you power. It gives you that physical energy to do things, okay? Maybe it's more energy to do your projects or run after your children, or more energy just to go dancing. When the sexual energy, moves up to the heart, it gives you more passion. It gives you that sense of desire, of wanting to connect, of falling in love with life. And when the sexual energy moves up to the head area, it's going to give you more intuition and more purpose and more clarity of thinking. And the more that the sexual energy can go up here, the less you are going to collapse into negative thinking. The less you're going to collapse into, how your brain can get full of self-doubt and criticism? Well, it's like the sexual energy acts like scaffolding through the body, holding you up properly, so that you don't collapse into your lower emotions or your lower feelings or your lower energy, so that you've got more energy to do more things. And I literally felt like having the sexual energy move through my body actually pulled me back up into position again. And I was watching that. I was like, okay, that's interesting. But my sexual energy wasn't moving up after this cesarean. What do I need to do to move it up? And then I was shown some really interesting things. I was shown that you need the earth energy, right? So we need to learn how to actually draw the earth energy up through us, so that we can have our sexual energy supported. And many of us aren't even taught to connect to the earth properly. We might go in and ground at the earth and reconnect to a tree or hug a tree, but have we been actually taught to bring the earth energy up through our body? We're not taught that, and I'll teach you that today. The second thing I understood was that our body's like a battery, and we need external forces to ignite us. We need life to ignite us, And what I understood was that we can actually gather sunlight and starlight and moonlight and cosmic energy and gather it back into our body, so that it can charge our body like a battery to keep fueling the sexual energy to go up. The other thing I understood was that we have to learn to open our cells up. Like every single cell in our body is filled with love, because that's what you are. You come from the essence of love. But that light of love needs to burst through. So we've got to let our sexual energy push through all the cells in our body. You know, we get so used to thinking our sexual energy is localized here, but actually it can move through our entire cells in all our body and actually make our body blossom with the love that exists inside. So I was like, okay, so I've got to learn to open up all my cells and let my sexual energy flow through and blossom. And at the same time, I need to open up all my cells, like just imagine them having like little mouths on them, so that I can drink in the universal forces. I can drink in the vibration of love that exists through the universe and refeed my body again. Yeah? The other thing I learned was that movement helps. So moving the body helps move the sexual energy through, and breath work helps because you've got to breathe the sexual energy up through the body. And I also learnt that making a nice sound like ha helps open up the heart chakra so that you can get the energy moving. So I'm going to show you all of these ways. And I think women, we really need to learn to nourish ourselves in all these ways so that we feel vibrant, you know. We've gotten so used to thinking that we might need love to complete us, to make us feel loved, or we need this beauty product to make us feel beautiful, or a bronzer to make us glow, or we need to eat superfoods to make us feel super healthy. And yeah, okay, we all need those things on some level, but we also have forgotten how to actually feed and nourish and nurture our bodies in much more extraordinary ways. And that's what I'd like to show you today, if that's okay. Yeah? So any questions before I move on to doing the energy clearing? No? Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go in. Has everyone done energy clearings before? Meditations? Okay, who hasn't? Okay, perfect, good. So what you're going to do is you're going to follow my voice. I'm going to guide you to connect to different parts of your body, okay, so that you can, you'll just send your attention to those parts of your body. You might feel light coming into your body to help transform things, so you can allow, and you can call this light whatever you want, God, Allah, the divine, universe, source, whatever. We'll be using that energy to help clear some stuff out, because I want to go through the sexual palace, the womb space, and just clear out some old blocks there to begin with, like shame, guilt. Maybe there's been some past partners that haven't been so great that we need to just clear out. Maybe it's part of your mum's drama or emotions you're holding on to that we need to clear out. So I'll do some energy clearing to begin with, just to get your body vibrating at a higher level, and then I'll guide you to like breathe earth energy in to make your sexual energy move up through your body. So you just follow my voice, follow the instruction, and what I invite you to do is allow your intuition and all your senses to wake up. So you might feel things, hear things, you might feel energy blocks coming out, you might get memories flashing up of like something that may have happened. You might feel an old partner leave your body. Do you know, these things can happen in the energy clearing, so just welcome them as they happen. Yeah? You ready to do this? Yeah? Okay. All right, good. So what I'd like you to do is just close your eyes, and I'd like you to take 3 really deep breaths. And the more you breathe, the more connected you get to your body. And I'd like you to smile. And as you're smiling, I'd like you to visualize every single cell in your body smiling as well. So you've got billions of cells in your body, and I just want them all to smile. And in every single cell of your body, you've got this beautiful energy of love that exists inside of you. So connect to your cells, which are smiling, and then connect to the love that exists inside all of your cells. You know, this is what we call the divine light, but it's really love, you know. So you might feel loving light sparkling, waking up in all your cells. Beautiful. And now you're just going to welcome beautiful light to come down from the heavens through your body. And as that light ripples through you and down through you, you might start to feel your energy field, your aura, just getting nourished by light. You might feel it starting to strengthen. And just let light fill you all up, from all the way down to your toes, your knees, down to your fingers. And you're just getting brighter and brighter and brighter. Brighter with the love of the universe and brighter with the love that exists inside of you. Beautiful. So now we're going to focus on your sexual palace, okay? We're going to do an energy clearing around the sexual palace. So this is the womb space, the genital areas, that whole pelvic bowl area. And I'm going to start to send a lot of light down there. So just allow a lot of light to come into that area, and we're going to do a clearing. So for a lot of you, there's some stagnant energy that's sitting in the womb space, the sexual palace, sacral chakra, whatever you want to call it. And we're just going to start to clear it out. So you might feel a denser, heavier energy that's ready to release now. So letting it go. For some of you, it might just start to release. For others, you might feel like you want to birth it out. So just birth it out if that's you. Good. The next thing we're just going to ask to clear and cleanse is any partners, any sexual partners, any partners of intimacy that no longer serve your highest and best, or that may have memories stored there, or feelings of hurt or loneliness or rejection, or, you know, maybe taken advantage of, or not being loved the way you needed to be loved. Let's just allow all of that to release. So just letting a lot of light come into the sexual palace, releasing all partners, their energy, their emotions, their feelings. Beautiful. I'm just going to send another wave of light into the womb space. Just cleansing it, clearing it. So you might feel this beautiful light like a vortex spinning through your womb space, all the way down and out, just letting it really cleanse the whole area. Okay, for some of you, I'm feeling like a deeper hurt that's ready to release. So you might feel this hurt as anger or resentment. So you might feel a harder energy that's ready to release. And for others, it might be this brokenness or this sense of being abused, okay? So whatever that is for you, we're just going to allow that to come up. So you might feel it as a block coming up, and we're just going to clear it out. So let it go. Okay, that's good. And let's allow whatever guilt or shame or any part of you that's been told that your sexual energy is wrong, or it's a sin, or that it gets you into trouble, or any of those things, you're just going to allow that to release. Because we want to free our sexual energy up from all these lower perceptions, these lower belief systems, because it's not your truth. It's just the truth of maybe what religion has imposed or society has imposed. So let's just ask for all the untruths, all the limited beliefs around your sexual energy to be released. Just let it all go. You might want to shake your body. You can do all those kind of things if you need to. Let it all come out. Okay, good. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to send more light into your sexual palace, and let's just wake up your sexual energy to be a life force, because that's what it is. It's a beautiful life force. It's your sacred life force. So just allow, you know, beautiful light from the universe to come in and awaken your sexual energy to be a sacred force. So you might see this as an activation or a blessing, or a part of you that's just returning back to your truth. Beautiful. Okay, good. And you can place your hands on your womb space, your sexual palace there, and just let that beautiful, loving energy from your hands go into the womb space and just fill it up. Okay, so the next place we need to do a clearing on is your heart. And once we get the womb space and the heart chakra nice and clear, then energy is going to flow through your body so much better, okay? So just keep your hands on your womb space. And I want you to just bring your attention to your heart. If you prefer, you can keep one hand on the womb space, one hand on your heart, whatever you feel makes you connect to yourself more. And we're going to start to release all that deep pain that's inside your heart. Women, we feel so deeply. We feel so, so deeply. We also get very broken deeply, you know, and many of us have to just put up with a lot of things, you know, a lot of things which are out of alignment in our lives, or partners that are out of alignment, or parents that were out of alignment, you know. And so what I invite you to do is to allow all that deep female heartbreak. You know, maybe it's the fact that you had a troubled birth and that broke your heart. Maybe you're heartbroken about your children making wrong decisions in their lives. You know, our heart breaks for many reasons. So I'd like you to just allow all that very deep heartbreak to come up, and we're going to start to allow it to release. Let it all come up. I just feel like rocks, stones coming out of your heart, memories. Just let it all release. It's time to clear it all out. And you can breathe it out. You can even just breathe into your heart and then breathe all that pain out of your heart chakra. Let it all go. For some of you, I feel like there's still pain releasing, but at the back of your heart chakra there's like this darker, slimier energy of self-hatred or self-rejection. And you know, we tend to hate ourselves because we're taught to hate ourselves by the beauty industry, or that we're not good enough, and women tend to compare themselves to other women or get jealous or all those things. So but what I'm seeing is actually in the back of the heart chakra this kind of very deep pattern of self-hatred or self-rejection. And I'd like to just send light into it and just let it go, let it release. So you might feel some slimier energy wanting to release from the back of the heart chakra. And some of you guys seem to disapprove of yourself so much that it's almost like you're stabbing your own self in your own back. That's what it feels like. So if that's you, because there's a few in here, just let that part of you that is constantly sabotaging yourself, constantly rejecting yourself, constantly criticizing yourself, let that part of you go now. It doesn't serve you anymore. And just let the back of the heart chakra keep clearing, keep clearing, keep clearing, keep clearing. Good. And as the heart chakra starts to clear, you might start to feel it getting bigger, more expansive, brighter. And what I'd like you to do now is just to receive love from the universe. So I'm going to call in lots of beautiful pink light from the universe. And I want your whole heart chakra to open up like a flower and just receive love. Just drink it in. Because women, we tend to give and give and give and give, but we don't learn how to receive and receive and receive. So I invite you to really receive, just receive. Receive all this beautiful love inside your heart. I want you to let your heart chakra open up even more and receive even more love into your heart. I want your heart chakra to open up even more and receive even more love into your heart. And just keep receiving. And for some of you, you need to receive more. So can I release any part of you that stops yourself from receiving or blocks yourself from receiving or thinks that you're not good enough to receive more? So let's just clear out. For some of you, you've got like a deeper block in the center of your heart chakra, and it's stopping you from really letting love come and find you. And that can translate into relationships not generating enough love or being lonely in life. So if that's you, if you've got a very deep block in the center of your heart chakra, I'm just going to start to send light through and we're going to unlock it. Okay, good. And just let love come deeper and deeper and deeper inside of you. Okay, so now you're going to breathe it in. So you're going to breathe love through your heart chakra on the inhale, and on the exhale you're going to breathe that love down to your sexual palace. Okay, we're going to reconnect your heart and your sexual palace together. So you're going to breathe love in from the universe through your heart chakra. Remember, all the cells in your body got little mouths, so breathe it in on the inhale, and then on the exhale you're going to breathe that love down to your sexual palace. You're going to inhale, smile, breathe in love. Exhale, and you're going to go ha, and you're going to breathe that love down to the sexual palace. One more time, breathing love through the center of your heart. Inhaling on the exhale, ha, and breathe that love down to your sexual palace. And you're just going to feel your sexual palace starting to fill up with love, okay? So again, breathing love through your heart chakra. And on the exhale, breathing it down to the sexual palace. And just letting love start to ignite your sexual palace, okay? It's a very important ingredient. Your sexual energy needs love, you know, it needs love. So one more time, breathing love through the heart chakra. And on the exhale, breathing that love down to the sexual palace. And just move your hips as that love goes into the sexual palace, moving the hips, just letting it circulate there. Really important. And smiling, because smiling helps. And you can let your ovaries smile and your vagina smile and all your female anatomy down there. Let it all smile. Okay, good. Now we're going to start calling the earth energy up, okay? Earth energy up to the sexual palace. So you're going to visualize the soles of your feet and the palms of your hands and your intimate muscles, okay? Right, so it's called 5-gate breathing. So it's 5 points. Hands of the feet, palms of the hands, soles of the feet, and your intimate muscles. And you're going to use it like a straw, okay? So it's like you drinking up the earth energy with these 5 points. So it's like you're inhaling and you're pulling the earth energy up through your feet, your hands, and your intimate muscles, okay? So you're just inhaling and breathing it up. Inhaling and breathing it up. So I invite you now to let the earth energy come up from the earth, and I'd like you to allow that beautiful earth energy to start moving up your feet, your hands, your intimate muscles. But you're consciously going to inhale, squeeze these 5 points and suck up the earth energy, and on the exhale you're going to let that earth energy come into your sexual palace. And you can place your hands on your sexual palace if you need to. Inhale, squeeze, sending earth energy all the way up your feet, your hands, your intimate muscles. And on the exhale, filling the sexual palace up with the earth energy. And smiling, because smiling's good. Inhale, squeeze, bringing the earth energy all the way up into your sexual palace. And on the exhale, smiling. Okay, good. And you'll start to feel stronger inside. You'll get this sense of starting to feel more present, like I'm present in my body, I'm stronger in my body. Okay, good. Alrighty, so now you're going to place your hands, bring them to the earth, sucking the energy of the earth up through your hands, your feet, smiling, squeezing those intimate muscles, bringing the earth energy up, all the way up to the sexual palace. And this time you're going to let the energy go all the way up to your heart, and you'll place your hands on your heart and you'll exhale. So it's like you're breathing earth energy and sexual energy out of your heart. Okay, again, squeezing intimate muscles, drinking that earth energy up through the palms of your feet, the soles of your hands, letting it go all the way up on the inhale, all the way up to your heart, and exhale, and breathing it out through your heart. Okay, and again, squeezing intimate muscles, breathing the earth energy all the way up through your body, igniting your sexual palace, inviting the sexual energy and the earth energy up to your heart. On the exhale, let it all out, okay? Now you might want to give your body a little shimmy and a shake, because what's happening is that your sexual energy is going to start to be moving through your arms, your legs. So you move your body just for a moment, whichever way it wants to move, your hips, and smile. Let all the cells in your body smile as you do this. A lot of the belly dancing movements, those undulation movements, is actually the sexual energy moving through the body. So if that's how your body wants to move through this meditation, you go right ahead. Okay, we're going to keep bringing up. You guys feeling it coming up? Yeah? Okay. Yeah? Okay. Let's keep sending it up. So you're going to keep bringing the earth energy up through the soles of your feet, palms of your hands, squeezing your intimate muscles, because the intimate muscles are acting like a pump. They're pumping everything up, okay? You're going to bring your hands to your womb space. The sexual energy ignites there. Inhaling all the way up through your body. And on the exhale, you're going to let your sexual energy and the earth energy burst through your crown. And again, inhaling, squeezing the earth energy all the way up through your body and out the top of your crown on the exhale. You can use your hands if you want to. Inhaling earth energy all the way up through your body, moving your body, and on the exhale, and again, inhaling all the way up, exhaling, and do that a few times in your own way, moving your body whichever way it needs to move to bring that sexual energy up. Smiling as you do. Letting it burst through your head, your crown. Giving your body a nice shake and a shimmy. Okay, good. So the sexual energy should still be moving through you, okay? So now I'm going to bring the sexual energy up through all the chakras in your body. And then after we've done that, I'm going to call in the cosmic forces to feed and energize your body so that you feel very beautiful. Okay, so you're going to squeeze intimate muscles, and it's like you loop your sexual energy up through your chakras, okay? So squeeze intimate muscles, bring the sexual energy up to the base chakra, and on the exhale, breathe it out the base chakra, okay? Inhale, squeeze intimate muscles, earth energy, and exhale through the base chakra, and again one more time, inhale, squeeze intimate muscles, exhale through the base chakra, good, this is good. Again, moving up to the sacral chakra. Inhale, squeeze into muscles. Exhale through the sacral chakra. It's below the belly button, okay? So opening that whole area up. Inhale, squeeze into muscles. Through the sacral chakra. And one more time. Inhale, squeeze. And through the sacral chakra. Good. You should start to feel your body opening up. Okay, now up to the solar plexus. Now when the sexual energy comes up to the solar plexus, you're going to get less hungry. You know, once I learnt to move my sexual energy through my body, I became less hungry, less needy for food, you know. So this is good. So inhale, squeeze intimate muscles, send the sexual energy up to the solar plexus. Exhale, sexual energy through the solar plexus. Move your hips if you want to. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale through solar plexus. Really open up your solar plexus with your sexual energy. And one more time. Inhale, squeeze. And good, 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 good. You should be smiling. Now all the way up to the heart. Inhale, squeeze into muscles. Send the sexual energy up to your heart. Exhale through the heart. And again, inhale, squeeze. Way up to the heart. One more time. Inhale, squeeze to the heart. Smiling, good. This is going to make you feel in love with life, you know, in love with yourself. Feel very complete. Okay, now up to the throat chakra. When the throat chakra opens up with the sexual energy, it helps the thyroid, helps you to express your truth, you know, be more vibrant with your words. So inhale, squeeze intimate muscles, send the sexual energy up to the throat. Exhale, let it come out your throat. Smiling. Inhale, squeeze sexual energy up to the throat. Exhale, let it come out the throat. Inhale, squeeze sexual energy up to the throat. Exhale, let it come out the throat. Good. Give your body a good shake. You should start to feel really nice energy blossoming through you now. Okay, up to the third eye. This is going to help with intuition, clarity, vision, purpose, more vibrant thoughts. So inhale, squeeze sexual energy all the way up to your third eye, and exhale, through your third eye. Inhale, squeeze up to the third eye. Exhale, let that energy come out the third eye. Inhale, squeeze into muscles, send the energy up to your third eye. Exhale, out the third eye. Okay, that's feeling much better. Okay. And we're going to go up to the crown chakra now. Inhale, squeeze, send the sexual energy all the way up to the crown chakra. Exhale, let it burst out the crown. Inhale, squeeze the sexual energy. You'll feel the earth energy coming up as well, up to the top of your crown, and And one more time with the earth energy, the sexual energy, all the way up on the inhale. Exhale, and just let that energy burst out of the crown chakra and let it glitter all around you. So you might feel this beautiful energy glittering all around you, okay? And just move your body just in celebration and just feeling that glittery energy coming all the way around your energy field. So you should notice your energy field just getting more vibrant, stronger, brighter, more glowy. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Yeah, I can feel your heart's really opening up now. It's nice. Okay. All right, cosmic people. We're going to call starlight into our body, okay? We need lots of different light vibrations to feed us. So I want you to visualize the Milky Way, the cosmos above you. And I want you to reach up with your hands. Now your body has all these amazing energy pathways in them. So I want you to reach up and touch the stars with your hands. And you should start to feel starlight coming into your body. Okay, so just, you can move your hands around like touching different stars in the sky. And just feel that starlight coming down through your body. That's good. And you can reach up, pluck stars, and bring that starlight into your nipples or into your hips. Reach up, pluck the stars, and just bring it into your body. And just like I said, your body's like a battery. It needs to be fed. So I want you to just feed your body starlight. Touch the stars and bring that starlight into your ovaries and touch your ovaries. Just move that starlight through your body and just feed all the energy pathways in your body. If there's a part of your body that needs, a bit of extra help, then bring that starlight there. And just let it all charge your body and awaken your body. And smile. We're beautiful beings of this entire universe. Beautiful. And you can feel that light going through all the energy pathways in your body. All right, good. Yeah, I love starlight. It makes me feel very beautiful. Now you're going to reach up and you're going to touch the sun, our star of our solar system. And the sun's got a very yang, male energy to it. And a lot of us women, we're kind of lacking some very good quality yang energy, okay? So I invite you to reach up and just hug the sun, like take both hands, put the sun in it, hold the sun, and just feel that beautiful sun energy. The sun has made love to the earth for millions and millions of years and has allowed flowers to bloom and grow and trees, and it's helped earth create, yeah? So just welcome that beautiful masculine yang energy into your body. You can call it in, like you can use your arms to call it in. And just as it's coming in, I'd like it to re-heal all the male trauma that you have inside of you, okay? To replenish all the missing male energy that you have inside of you. So just welcome this beautiful yang force of the sun into your body. And smile. And I'd like you to welcome the sun into your heart. So really pulling the sun right to your heart, like letting that beautiful yang stable, strong, dependable energy come to your heart. And smile. And now you're going to reach up and welcome this beautiful male sunlight energy into your womb space, into your genital area. And you should feel it igniting and charging your sexual energy even more. So just welcoming that beautiful sunlight in. And you're going to smile. And as your body has been energized by the earth and your sexual energy and love and starlight and sunlight, I just want you for a moment just to feel the beauty that it's waking up inside of you. All these ingredients are just here to help your inner essence, your unique vibration, be fed so that it can start shining through you, so that more of you can exist here in this world. So I invite you to just feel all that nourishment, that nutrients that you've received, just to feed your inner vibration, your inner essence, and just feel your vibration getting stronger and stronger, or your unique beauty, your inner beauty shining out to become your outer radiance. And as this happens, you might notice your spine getting stronger and straighter. It's like you're coming into alignment with yourself. And as this happens, you can move whichever way you want to move. If you feel like you need to move your hips or your arms, you go right ahead. Because it's almost like you're birthing yourself back out into life. So I'd like you to spend a moment just birthing your truth, birthing your beauty, your essence, birthing your power, birthing your wisdom, your love. Just birth yourself out into life. You're here to bless life with your unique vibration, and the universe is here to support you so that you can birth yourself and bless life with your unique vibration. Beautiful. And while you're in this beautiful state, I'd like you just to receive, you can place your hands on your heart, just receive an affirmation or a blessing or some words of wisdom. Or maybe it's, maybe you're shown like I need to stand stronger, or it's okay to voice my truth. I don't know what that is for you, but I just want you to receive a message from your energy, from your true vibration, your essence. Just receive a message. Good, now you're going to place your hands on your womb space. And you're going to receive a message from your sexual energy. Do you know, maybe it wants to dance more, maybe it wants you to feel powerful. I don't know, just tune into your sexual energy and let it communicate with you. And I want you then to keep one hand on the womb, one hand on the heart, moving the hand and the heart up. And you're just going to allow a beautiful divine inner marriage to take place, where the sexual energy unites with the heart and the heart unites with the sexual energy. And as this divine inner marriage takes place, I just want you to feel more united inside, more completed inside, more loved, more centered, more whole. Because ultimately you are your best, your most truest soulmate, and ultimately you are your most truest love. So just acknowledge that true love, soulmate connection that you have with yourself first of all, and then with the rest of life. Okay, good. And just taking a few deep breaths, becoming more aware of your body, becoming more aware of this room. And when you're ready, I'd like you to turn to the person next to you and just let them know what your message was, because I think it's something very important to voice it out. So let the person next to you know what message you received. And if you didn't receive a message, maybe it was just a feeling. Maybe it was a feeling of contentment. So share with someone next to you.
I don't know why it feels like taller.
Yeah.
Is that the feeling you feel with the energy clearing?
Yeah.
Not just straight out, just feel taller and slightly elevated.
Yeah. Like more presence.
Yeah. And braver.
Yeah.
That shaky anxiety.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Did you feel that as well?
Yeah.
So if you do that regularly, does it get stronger and stronger when you do that? How often do you do it?
Not as much as I probably should.
But if you did it every day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I feel it. Okay. How are you guys feeling? Did you guys feel the energy moving through you? Yeah? Yeah? Does anyone want to share something? Does anyone feel the energy clearing? Did you guys get some good clearings? Feel some stuff coming out? I know you felt some stuff coming out. Yeah? I felt some deep heart stuff, Elise. Did you guys feel yourself getting taller, bigger, brighter? Yeah? So simple to do, no? It's so easy. So simple to do. So simple to do. And you know, you'll start to feel more powerful as a woman doing this, or as a man, do you know? You'll start, they're just great practices to do, just to feel more powered, more energized, more focused, more like together, more in control, more magnetism, because people notice your energy more too. They're like, oh, who's this person that's glowing, you know? So it also becomes a very attractive force. And you know, if you start operating your life from this place, life A is going to become easier. You're not going to attract so much negative stuff. Challenges you'll just be able to overcome with greater ease, and you'll be more connected to life, bringing goodness to you because you're in that higher vibrational state. So I really welcome you to do it, this practice, as much as you can. It's so easy to do. So easy to do. Any questions? Yeah. Yeah, so I've got, if you want, I've got a leaflet that I put down for you. I teach theta healing, but actually it's this leaflet on top. I've got like a Sensual Enlightenment online course that you get like £100 off for coming to the class today. It's like 5 courses and a live day event as well, and it's really good value for money, and you get £100 off it. So if you're wanting to learn more about it, if you're wanting to go deeper into this practice, if you've got some very deep female wounds that need to be healed, like ovary stuff, mother stuff, menstrual stuff, it will do that. There's also a jade egg practice thing in there as well. So if this is your path, if you feel like this is part of your next, you know, like sometimes we've got to go through a chapter of learning to take us to the next level. So if you're feeling that that's part of your next chapter, then that's on the brochure for you. Just, you can check it out. There's also free online courses there that might interest you. But yeah, there's heaps. I also do Facebook Live, so you can do some Facebook Lives. Oh, okay, all right. So then there's some Facebook Live stuff there. I do them nearly every Wednesday. We're doing some women's stuff at the moment, but I also do things on like money, addiction, all the things, and we do energy clearings as well. So that's also another possibility, because I'm just here to help you transform. I love the human body, and I find it fascinating the amount of crap that we've been born into and how we've got to like unlock it all to try and get us to where we need to go. We've all got to unlock ourselves. So I've spent the last 10 years learning how to do it, so I look forward to sharing that with you. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah. Yeah. My baby was breached, so my baby became breached, yeah.
Yes. Did you find you returned to the same energy, or did you find that you worked with your energy differently? Did that change anything?
Yeah, it changed because I became a mother, so that changes so much. Like all of a sudden you're not, your life force is giving to another life, so that was number one. The awakening I had was so profound, like I haven't had that profanity, no, that's the wrong word, that extremity of that experience, but I've learned, because my energy collapsed, I learned how to get myself I learnt the path to get myself back there, so that if I needed to, I could find the way to allow it to come back again. Does that answer your question? Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, if you were to have another child,
Yeah.
would it work differently?
Without a doubt. Yeah. I was a bit shocked when I had the child. I wasn't quite ready for her. Like, my energy was like this, and I was like, I was going to be a free woman, and then I've got a child, and it was a bit of a shock for me, to be honest. But yes, now I would be bringing my energy down more. But it was so like I couldn't do anything about it. So yeah, it was just the way it was. But what's interesting, she ended up with the same astrology as my husband. They both have Gemini Sun, Mercury, Gemini and Sun, Mercury and Mars with a Leo rising. So it's like her destiny was to have the cesarean, my destiny was to have the cesarean, so I could understand this stuff. So sometimes we go through really dark places and challenges so that we learn our lessons, do you know? So I had to embrace that as much as I didn't want to. Yeah. I'll leave you with a very quick story. So have we got time? Okay, got time. Before I had my awakening, I understood about the sun's energy because I had an affair with the sun one summer. It was one summer in England, and the sun was amazing. And literally, I felt the sun would come in and make love to me every day. Like the sunlight would come into my room, and I felt it shining on me, and I felt it rippling through me, you know, like touching me. And I'd go for walks, and I'd feel the sun on my back, and I'd feel it rippling down my back. And I literally felt I had this love affair with the sun. And it healed a lot of my deep male trauma patterns because I reconnected back to that true vibration again. And I remember joking once to the sun, saying, "Oh, you never kiss my hand, yeah?" And that day, 2 men came up and kissed my hand. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So that's my story. So the moral to the story is, don't be afraid to let the universe awaken you in ways that you can't be awakened by books or by, do you know what I mean? Like, let the universe, the cosmos, the sun, the stars, the earth energy, let it awaken you, you know, and it will guide you to where you need to be, and it will shift and transform you more than anything can. And I know you guys know this because you go, sometimes, you know, when you're maybe anxious and you go sit by the sea, and all of a sudden you calm down, and then you get the message of what you need to do come straight away. So nature has this uncanny ability to shift, change and transform you, so don't be afraid to allow that to take place as well. So yeah, anyway, that's yeah. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Any questions before we finish? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I've got a little boy, and
Yeah.
he was a bit of a surprise as well, and I ended up with a sex delivery, and I really want another child, like, soon.
Yeah.
How would you, like, prepare yourself, for birth and making sure that
Yeah, so what I would do, because she's had some birth trauma with forceps with her and she wants another baby, you need to go back and heal that trauma first of all, because what happens is sometimes the body locks onto the trauma and it's like, you know, it's having another baby but it's still having that pattern of the trauma. So I would go through clearing all that out. I would also be looking at probably doing some of these exercises we did today. I've got a sensual body yoga exercise on SoundCloud. That might be really good to help awaken and open all of that stuff up. But I feel you've got the possibility to have a very magical birth next, and I feels like it might be a girl that comes in, so you know that this child's coming and it wants to come, but it's like, yeah. Yeah, and so she's ready to come in, but I just feel like it feels like she's such a high vibrational child that it's like you need to do some deep healing, like around mother stuff, around your own self, connection to yourself, like lots of deep healing so that you can raise your energy so that she can come in. And then I think you're going to have a much easier birth this time. You know, you can also do more practical things like oiling, you know, to make sure that everything can stretch, you know, and stuff like that. There's all those little practical things you can do. But it feels like over the next 6 months or so, there's like some stuff you really need to shift in order for her to come in. So yeah, but release the trauma as well. Yeah, it'd be good. Good. Any other questions? Good. Guys, have an amazing festival. Enjoy. There's so many cool things out there. Thank you for coming. Enjoy your journey, and do these practices. They're so easy, yeah? So easy. Do them. They'll make you feel beautiful. You're welcome.